Hi, I'm Rachel O'Rear, and I'm a chiropractic student at Life University, and this video is for Practice Development of Survey of Marketing with Dr. Guy Reekman. I was asked to create two binders for this project. My first is my research binder. Inside my research binder, the first tab is vertebral subluxation. This is where I found research about subluxation and how it negatively affects the body and the patients. I have one article in this one. The next section is wellness development of care. This is once a patient is out of corrective care, that's how important it is for them to keep coming and to keep going through care. So I just have some articles about that. Next tab is subluxation-based care or subluxation condition-based care. This just talks about taking care of the patient's subluxation. Fixing their subluxation helps, but why it is important to continue with care. I have some articles about that. The next is chiropractic spinal research. It lacks in our profession because everybody is different and it's really difficult to do multiple research studies on the same person. Also, double-blind research is the gold standard, and it's really hard to do double-blind research on subluxations because either the chiropractor or the patient is going to know that they're giving the adjustment or not. So this research is just kind of on what we do and about spinal manipulative therapies and their role. The next one is functional neurology. Chiropractors are functional neurologists. This is how they're helping your whole body as a system with the nervous system working with the brain and that brain-body connection. And again, just some unraveling functional neurology, just some research articles on that. My next tab is current mechanistic systems. Current chiropractors are out there to fix a problem. This is the mentality that we're kind of trying to steer away from when we're dealing with like functional neurology. It's more of philosophy and method that is not that beneficial. So this is just about current mechanisms for typically dealing with pain relief. And then we have bad medicine tab. So you don't want to teach the value of chiropractic by devaluing the medical field, but it is important to know different types of bad medicine that our patients will be interacting with so that we can advise them and educate them on making better decisions. So I just have a few articles on that. And then the last tab is vitalistic system. That is what Life University teaches. That is where you fix the subluxation and you see the body heal itself. It innately works, and this is just a couple articles on how all of that works together. For my second notebook, I had to do a notebook for the patient visits for when the patient is in the office. And so here is it. My first tab is the pre-visit. So in here, I just have a little bit of information about what I would do for a pre-visit, how to help the patients get all the information that they need for their first visit, like directions to the office, also things like the office phone number and who they can contact and who they see when they come in the office, like the name of the front desk CA. It really gives the patient kind of the expectation of what is coming before they come in. Dr. Reekman talked about giving the patient 2 different appointment times, saying, this is a 8:30 a.m. or 3:30 p.m., which works better for you. That way you still maintain control, but the patient also feels like they have control on when they're coming into the office. For the pre-visit, also doing online paperwork, keeping kind of a paperless system is the way that the future is going, but also having that paper option for when the patient gets in the office. This pre-visit, this phone call before the patient comes in, is kind of how we let them know that we care about them as a person. And then let them know that, we'll communicate with them. We are taking time out of our day just for them. Their appointment is just for them. We'll talk to their insurance for them and make sure that they find the office right. Okay, and I also have just a little pre-visit worksheet that I found online that I think would be really beneficial to use in my office. It kind of just gives the patient what to expect, maybe something I would incorporate in my future website. The next tab is the first visit. And here I have just a little bit of information about their first visit. Also kind of understanding how chiropractic works, which will later lead into my health talk. It's just kind of some ideas on how the first visit would go. Making sure that they get a tour of the office when they come in, making sure they know that they have that dedicated time for the consultation. And then we would lead into their, physical exam, their x-rays, and, kind of just inform them also about the healthcare class. This is where we really connect with the patient, let them know that whatever is going on with them, whatever's going on in their life, that we are here to help them and we are here to listen. During the first visit, I would also, as a doctor, make sure I had time to review the paperwork before the patient came back, and then again do that physical exam where we make sure that the patient is healthy enough to be a patient in our office, that they don't have any emergency scenarios or situations that we require them to go to a different facility or refer out. Then we would do our chiropractic exam, inspection, static palpation, MoPal, any other specialized tests. Then we would do x-rays. This is something that hits home with me very hard. I've taken to the Gonstead philosophy, so you really don't know what is going on in the spine until you look at it on an x-ray. So I would definitely want to take x-rays and look before we do the adjustment. I probably would not adjust on the first day. I need to gather all of this information. I need to look at it. I need to make a care plan and have that patient come back so that I can inform them more about what I've noticed and what we can do to help them. Speaking of healthcare class, that is the next tab. And here I just have gathered some really interesting information to help educate the patients on what chiropractic is, how chiropractic can help them, the importance of a subluxation-free spine, and just kind of general education on the nervous system. I have found some beautiful graphs that I thought would be interesting to incorporate, maybe do a pamphlet or find a larger chart of this. So that I can share that with my patients, because I think it's something really interesting to find out that, we've got, some cervical issues. Well, that could be related to neck muscle, C6, neck muscle, shoulders, tonsils even. So those things that patients don't really think about, and that would be really beneficial in the healthcare class to just inform them about the entire scope of what the nervous system is related to. You also want to keep your class very quick. You don't want it to be like 4-hour-long class, because then nobody would be coming to it. So try and keep it, about 90 minutes or 60 minutes, something like that. Just kind of tell them what chiropractic would do for them. I did also find some interesting pamphlets as well about maintaining good back health. This kind of has like no slouching, maintaining a healthy weight, sleeping well, maintaining a healthy weight while exercising. At my health class, I would really like to go over proper lifting, make sure that my patients aren't moving their body mechanically in a way that would cause them further injury or distress. So I'd probably also show them a few stretches as well. When the patient comes back for their report of findings, which is the next tab, The report of findings is where I present to them, okay, I've done your x-rays, I've done your physical exam, I've done your consultation. This is all the data that I have gathered from you, and this is what I feel is wrong or what's going on and what we can do to help you. So I just have a couple of ideas here, like here's what we've gathered from your history, from your exams. And then also we would talk about their commitment to care and make a patient agreement, because it is a two-person job. I can adjust, but they really need to be committed to getting well and to coming into the prescribed amount of visits. We would also talk about cost and insurance coverage. Again, I found a really helpful Q&A about insurance coverage. Kind of answer some basic care questions. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be a cash practice or accept insurance or Medicare, but that's something I should hold in my back pocket and just have as an option for the future. And then our last section, again, I would also, in the report of findings, I would also give them kind of like what to expect after their first adjustment, kind of like a post-visit pamphlet, just so they know there might be a little soreness, or you might feel this, or this is good, this is bad. And of course, I would give them a follow-up call to see how their first adjustment went. Next tab is progressive exam. This is after the patient has already come through care and, we're progressing. We've now had, 3 visits a week for several weeks and drop down to the next amount of visits. So this is kind of where we would do x-rays, or we would go over, how their movement is compared to maybe another physical. So this is kind of just some information on how to explain that to the patient, about what I found and how I'm taking care of the findings, once the primary complaint is gone, does not mean that the patient is well again. So it's just a little bit about post-care as well. So those are my 2 binders. And next will be the first visit. Hi, I'm Dr. O. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony, nice to meet you. Did you find the office okay?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. And did Miss Carol take your paperwork when you got in?
She got it, yep.
Good. Did you get a nice tour of the office?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Wonderful. All right, let's jump right into it.
Okay.
So what brought you into the office today?
Well, I was working out, and I think I don't know if I pulled a muscle or something, but right here in my low back.
Okay, can you point to that again for me?
Yeah, sure. It's like right here.
Right there? Okay. And when did that happen?
Yesterday.
Okay. Did you do anything? You jump, leap, drop, fall?
It was actually, I was putting weights back, and I was just putting them down, and as I bent over to put them on the rack, kind of like tightened up, spazzed up.
Okay. Have you ever had anything like this happen before?
Never.
No? Does anything you do make it worse?
Yeah, movement. So if I go, if I try to stand up straight or bend over too much,
Okay.
that will make it worse.
Is it quick movement or just regular movement?
Regular.
Okay. Any position or anything you do that's made it better?
Yeah, kind of like a hunched over position.
Hunched over, just
Makes
kind of.
yeah.
Okay.
Not moving too much.
Have you done anything or taken any medication for this?
Not yet.
No. Have you seen anyone for this?
You're the first.
Okay. All right. As far as the pain, on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being no pain, 10 being the worst pain you've ever felt, what is it right now?
Right now, like a 3.
3?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it shoots up.
Okay. So it shoots up?
Yeah, like if I move, like if I bend over or something, it'll shoot to like a 8 or 9. It's just like a sharp.
Is that the worst it gets?
Yeah, like an 8 or 9.
And when it first happened, what was it? 3?
Probably like an 8 or 9, and then it went down, and then if I move wrong, it goes back up.
Okay. So is any particular time of the day make this better or worse?
No.
Okay.
Just that movement, really.
Just the movement. When you wake up in the morning and as you go throughout your day, does it get better or worse?
Actually, it gets worse as I go through the day.
Okay. And from the start to now, has it gotten better or worse?
Hasn't changed.
Same,
Yeah.
consistent?
Yeah.
All right. And have you ever seen a chiropractor before?
No, not really.
No? Okay,
No.
I'm the first. Well, thank you for coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just a little bit about your medical history.
Okay.
Have you had any past traumas, like car accidents?
No car accidents. I've broken a few bones, but
Okay, what have you broken?
arm, ankle, that's it.
Okay. Have you ever been in the hospital or had any emergency room visits?
Appendectomy surgery.
Okay. Have you ever had any, so just the appendectomy
Yeah,
surgery?
yeah, that's all.
No, nothing for the broken bones, huh?
I mean, they said it, and
They said it.
but no surgery or anything like that. Yeah,
Okay.
they set the bones, and then I had the appendectomy, but that was it.
Okay. Are you currently on any medications?
No.
Any supplements, vitamins?
Nothing.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
Student.
Student?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to school for?
Chiropractic.
Oh, what a great profession. All right. So is there anything that you do in the day, like showering, bathing, getting dressed, that this doesn't allow you to do?
Yeah, getting dressed is kind of hard because like bending over to put socks on or something like that.
Okay.
It's difficult. I can do it, but
But it's just uncomfortable.
yeah, absolutely.
And then what about anything else you do for fun, like recreational activities that this stops you from
I
doing?
can't work out anymore.
No working out.
Mm-hmm.
And you seem like a big working out guy.
Yeah, I'd like to get it back.
All right. Okay, so just to kind of summarize this for you real quick, you start having low back pain, kind of in that flank area. It kind of radiates up when you move. You happened when you were bending over and putting the weights back. You know, it was it a 3 kind of at its best, but it's an 8 at its worst. So we don't like that. That's not comfortable at all. Pretty constant since it started. And other than the appendectomy and a couple broken bones, pretty healthy history.
Right.
And wonderful career choice as chiropractor.
Trying.
All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go into a physical exam.
Okay.
I'm just going to check you out, make sure that you're healthy enough to be a patient,
Okay.
and that we can do something to help you. And then after that, I'm going to get some x-rays so I can see what's going on inside your spine and with all of your vertebrae, which are those bones in your back. Okay?
Perfect.
At this time, do you have any additional questions for me?
I don't think so, no.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go across the hall here and get you started on your next visit. All right, thank you.